Hello everyone, it's Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into the upcoming pattern change that will be going across the entire United States. We'll be talking about some of the what the temperatures could be like west and eastern United States. Um, Even a lot of rain might be coming across the Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley, the lower Ohio Valley, and also for the severe weather chances as well. So this is basically kind of preventing for the rest of the month of March. So let's go ahead and begin with the Climate Prediction Center outlook here. This is 6 to 10 days temp- temperature probability. As you can see here, across the northern plains and west, in the desert southwest, it's going to be cooler than average. However, in the eastern United States, where we have some ridging going on, especially across the south, it'll be much warmer. And the temperatures will be very nice across some of these areas in here. And today, the time I'm making this video, we're seeing temperatures in the upper 60s across central Kentucky, and it feels very nice today. And in the same time frame, let's take a look into the precipitation. Now, keep in mind, this is 6 to 10 days. And as you can see here, only two dry areas, the Northwest and kind of around Florida and some of the adjacent states. But you can see here, most of the United States looks to be staying above average. The most rain that could happen or the most above average precipitation looks to be kind of around like southern Nevada, southwestern Utah, and northwestern Arizona, and then portions of California as well, where that's about an 80 to 90% probability, I do believe, or no, my bad, 60 to 70% probability for some above average precipitation. Most of the United States looks to be staying 50 to 60%. That goes across pretty much all the plains and kind of eastward into Illinois and Indiana. And then 10 to 20% is pretty much from west to east, or northeast, I should say. So it's likely to be a pretty wet pattern for everybody. Let's move on to 8 to 14 days. Now, this is where things really start to get interesting here. Um, as you can see here, we got a lot of cold air going on across the central and western United States. But look at this ridging here going on across southeast. Right in between here, where you have equal chances and a little bit into the ridging, there's going to be a lot of problems in here. We're talking about severe weather and a lot of rain. And let's see if they show that in their precipitation here. And they do have a 50 to 60% across Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, most of Arkansas, southern Missouri, southwestern Illinois, and southern Kansas. But there's also still above average precipitation around Las Vegas as well, with a 60 to 70%. And again, most of the United States is going to be staying about 40 to 50%. It's starting to get pretty dry across the northwest, starting to get a little less drier across the southeast there. Going to see some rain there get involved. Here's the buff outlook here. So this is through March. Yeah, a lot of things need to be changed here. I don't know. I do not know. Oh yeah, they issue it back in February 27th here, which this here needs to be completely changed though. But expect later in the month here. What the balls are really showing is a well above average precipitation across some of these areas here where I've highlighted here. There's also chances of severe weather across these areas in here. If you look back into the let's see here, the temperature outlook, it really gets to show you. So most of your low pressure systems will probably can come in from southwestern, the desert southwest. It kind of moves to the northeast here because this ridge here is going to make this low pressure system move to the northeast. You got a lot of warm and humid air across these areas in here and a lot of instability. So this is really going to increase the chances for severe weather and a lot of rain. Let's kind of move on to the weather prediction center outlook here. So this is for the next 7 days or 168 hours. Yeah, this is next 7 days. Most of the rain currently kind of staying in Arkansas with about 4 inches of rain. And there's even a couple pockets of 4 inches across the desert southwest and even central Arizona. The northern plains look pretty dry, same thing for Florida, looking pretty dry. Most of the rain looks to be staying into the Mississippi Valley, into the Tennessee Valley, or the portions of the Severn Plains. Eventually, you will start to see this add up. And let me show you what the models do indicate here. Now let's move on to some modeling here. So we got to kind of focus on this week here. It shows high pressure here building in across the northeast there, which I believe that's in Celsius, 12 degrees Celsius. Now keep in mind, this is 500 millibars. So this is way up into the atmosphere. You got troughing across California and Nevada. That's eventually going to be moving to the northeast. This is a week average here. Let's kind of move it to week 3. The ridging starts to weaken, and same thing for the troughing's not quite there. And some of the uncertainties do stand there as well. Let's take a look at the precipitation. Yeah, you got a lot of rain anywhere from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, and Missouri are under a gun for a decent amount of rain. That's about 2 inches, showing from here. I don't think it's in inches, but yeah, it is in inches above average for that week there. And kind of adding on top of was kind of go back into the high anomalies here. High pressures over here, so it's bringing in a lot of moisture and warm and humid air. So across the northeast, it will be a little bit warmer for pretty much the eastern United States. Um, Western United States looks to be staying cooler, where they're going to be staying in the trough. So basically, the overall pattern here with the low pressure system will be coming from southwestern, the Southwest Desert, all the way up to the Great Lakes region. Probably missing the Great Lakes region, but let's see here. Let's kind of move on to the medium range models here. So this is the GFS here, and we're going to kind of show you guys this all the way to 384 hours. Even though past 240 hours does that is voodoo land, so things are going to change a lot. But this kind of gives you an example of what could happen here from where the Weather Prediction Center, well, I meant the Climate Prediction Center, and what the long range models are showing. This is what we call medium range models, and it's loading pretty slow currently. But as we kind of go through here, you have a few low pressure systems kind of going through the Central Plains into the Midwest, then into the Mid Atlantic there. And most of those low pressure systems are coming from southwestern California through Arizona and Nevada. My goodness, this is terrible. Yeah, now it's just not one low. But well, the GFS does kind of go crazy. Let's kind of move on to windy here. And turn on rain and thunder here. So this is we're going to show for the European model solution. So if we kind of move on Monday, you got some rain going on across portions of the plains, Mississippi Valley, into the upper Midwest, into the Great Lakes. That low pressure system starts to die down, kind of moves off to the northeast. You do have a front that's kind of lingering across the Tennessee Valley, kind of into the Carolinas, back into Oklahoma here. And this is eventually going to start pushing to the north, I believe. Yes, by this low pressure system here. This is 3 p.m. on Thursday here. You got pretty mild temperatures. I mean, 53 degrees at Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's pretty mild for this time of year. And Oklahoma City, 80 degrees. Very warm for you guys down there. And here we go. Moving on into Friday here. You got a cold front coming through there. Let's see if there's any instability shown for the European model. And not that impressive. Very little instability. It is in the morning, of course, but if we kind of back it up a little bit here, you can see there is some pockets of near 1,000 joules per kilogram. This is the potential CAPE here, or you could say this is some of the energy that may happen. You do get some scattered showers of thunderstorms across Illinois, and it kind of becomes a squall line there overnight. But we'll see about that. Now, this is probably the most ridiculous thing. There's potentially going to be some snow coming in through Kansas into Missouri into Illinois. At least that's what the ball's been showing for a little bit now, but there's probably a small chance of that. Now you got a pretty large high taking over from Canada. It's controlling everybody's weather. So this is 8 a.m. Pretty chilly start for a good chunk of us. Yeah, about 20s in the morning, but of course this is Sunday. That is a week out, so a lot of things could change. But this system right here is something we need to watch for, and what the boss has been showing for a while now. If we kind of go out to the max here, now this is very far out, but look at all this instability. It goes as far north as South Dakota, which is very ridiculous, but I don't think it's going to happen. If we kind of move on to the GFS here, it shows the same system, but it's a little bit further to the east here. You still got a lot of instability about as far north as Indiana, for Illinois, Kentucky, and down southwestward into Texas. There. And if we kind of back this up a little bit, it seems like this is a little faster. But again, same low pressure system here. You got tons of Cape here, so this might be potentially your severe weather setup here. You have some scattered cells going on out there that might potentially be supercells. Now, it's too early to say what could happen here, but we'll see about that. The timing is off, so the uncertainty is pretty high this time. However, it does show a couple supercells in the morning there, potentially. Although it shows a blizzard across the northern and western side of that low. Let's take a look at those rainfall amounts, though. This is the next 10 days here, and you can see here quite a bit of rain across Arkansas all the way into Tennessee. Let's take a look at the European model. Again, a lot of rain anywhere from central Kentucky all the way back down into Arkansas. So for these very similar areas in here, that could potentially see a lot of rain. Good news is for Mississippi and Alabama, it may miss you guys to the north, and you really need that. But there's this one guy on Twitter that showed the European ensembles. I don't know how many days out, but it shows about 5 inches of above average across Arkansas, which is very significant. And it goes for like Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma. And yeah, it's going to be very concerning. Where I really want to show you guys on the GFS very quickly. And here comes another system right here. That may have some severe weather potential. And man, it is just moving so slow. My apologies here. And again, it shows potential for snow, but the uncertainty is pretty high at this time. It is 150 hours out. You can see that the snow does die down before it even reaches to the northeast. Here comes a big system here. That's what we've been talking about here. From windy here, 993 millibar low. You got tons of instability from that cold front, so you might have some severe weather. And that front starts to become stationary here as it kind of moves away, and you got a new low pressure system developing back into Oklahoma. Here's your stationary front here. A lot of rain for Tennessee. Here comes another wave, and that's a severe weather look. But again, 264 hours out, more than likely going to change. There goes another system, then another system that goes by, and I want to show you guys how ridiculous, how much rain that the GFS shows. And I've looked into a different website. Well, we can actually take a look into that. But let's kind of go ahead and do that real quick. GFS, it is current. No, that's not right. I know it's not updating. Well, maybe it is. Here we go. Doing this very quickly. But as you can see there from that other image, it shows tons of rain. Now let's take a look into a little better kind of look here. We'll kind of play this through here. I mean, watch how much rain starts to build up across Tennessee and Arkansas. Yeah, those dark browns there, that's 15 inches plus. Look at that. Over 16 inches of rain. That is ridiculous. And this is a pretty good example of what may happen later in March here. These long range models that go out weeks and months out has been showing above average precipitation for some of these areas for a long time now. Especially for the CFS models. It's been very consistent with the above average precipitation, the Jamstack models as well. I mean, this is stuff we really had to watch later into March. It's also not a good setup for severe weather, so we have to really keep an eye on this. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this long range, pretty much a long range forecast. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If y'all guys got questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I will answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.